Audio is recording and clap. Okay, I think they're together. Man, I don't know how to start this. Hello. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cameras on me right now, and let's start over. Hi, welcome to my cooking show. I don't have a name for this yet. I need help with that. Please help me come up with a name, please. But yeah, I wanted to spend some time today doing something that gets me completely out of my comfort zone. I'm very, very nervous for this, but I think it's gonna be fine. You know, graphics tees are like really in right now, and every now and then I'll see one that's got like all these sayings on it, you know, like I'm the king of this oven and ain't no one gonna tell me any different. And one thing's for sure, once you take a bite of this sloppy Joe, my sloppy Joes claim no victims. 666. Praise the Lord. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah. First episode of the unnamed, untitled cooking with me, with Bruce and Bryce, and we're gonna be making a BLT today. Listen, I'm a fat guy. I need to be a little bit more conscious about what I'm putting in my body. I need to learn how to cook first in order to do that. If I want a cheeseburger, I should have to make it from scratch, you know? At least that's what I think. And I don't need the comments to be full of like, do keto and all that. I'm getting it figured out, I'm working on it. You know, but step one, need to do something a little out of my comfort zone and learn how to cook here. So, let's start with a BLT. I'm gonna do it a little different. It's gonna be a BLT SP little L M and love. L stands for bacon, lettuce, tomato, salt, pepper, onion, a little bit of mayonnaise, and love. So, first things first, I am going to actually fry up on this here cast iron skillet. If you don't have a cast iron skillet, I strongly suggest you get one. These things are the shit, or the bomb. These things are the bomb. I'm trying not to cuss. Gonna do a cast iron skillet. We're gonna fry up our onion. I like my onion, you know, caramelized a little bit. I also like to cook with grapeseed oil. I don't know why. It's got a lower like smoke point, I guess. It's got like a lower smoke point, so I think it's a little easier to cook with. That's a lot of oil. Whoops. This is an onion out of my dad's garden. It's very, very good, but I don't need all this. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a little bit, maybe a little bit more. That was a piss poor cut of an onion. And we're just gonna dice it up. Get rid of this. Just gonna do a little dicey. This is hard. Talking on camera while doing this is not easy. Just a little bit more here. There's something magical about a cast iron skillet. I think personally that everyone should have one. It's like an old wallet, you know. It just kind of ages with you. Goes through stuff that we all kind of go through in life. Gets older, gets beat up, ages, you know, gains a little weight. You can also put soap on cast iron. People freak out when I do that. What's special about this BLT is going to be how I cook one of the ingredients. See, people for years have been giving me a hard time about how I cook this particular ingredient that's gonna go into the BLT, and I'm gonna show you firsthand how incredible my method of cooking this is. Cast iron's getting hot. A little bit longer on that. What's the opinion on wooden cutting boards? My friend Tyler made me this cutting board from scratch, like, man, 5 years ago? No. Did this survive the fire? We had a fire. It had nothing to do with cooking, by the way. I'm gonna transfer the onions. We're gonna let those caramelize. Well, not caramelize, I don't know. Get transparent in color. While that's cooking, you know, a BLTL, OSPL with a little bit of mayonnaise is really it's more than a sandwich, you know. It's I don't want to say it's a way of life, but if you can't enjoy the simple things in life, you're, I don't know, not somebody who enjoys the simple things in life, I guess. When these onions are done, we are going to be putting them into a bowl where we're gonna make our sauce that's gonna go on our BLT. Do most people put mayonnaise on BLT?
I do.
You do? What about salt and pepper? I feel like the bacon already has so much salt and pepper in it that we don't really need to do that. Maybe I'll skip the salt and pepper. Ooh! I look so fat. Come on, onion! I'm starting to get the hang of this. This is definitely completely different than anything I've ever done. Well, can't we have any of the cheese, Gromit? This beanie isn't doing me any favors, is it? I don't look like a person on the Deadliest Catch either, all right? I realized somebody said I look like a fisherman. I don't look like a fisherman. Come on there, onion. This is just totally out of my comfort zone, and but that's okay. You know, we gotta do things out of our comfort zone every now and then. Okay. I think these onions are good. Now comes the most controversial part of all of this. The part that people continuously give me a hard time about. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna transfer the onions from the skillet into this little bowl, and this next step is gonna enrage a lot of people, but I promise you, it's the best method of cooking bacon of all time. It involves 3 ingredients: a skillet, preferably cast iron, bacon, and water. Gorgeous, incredible bacon out. We're going to put it in the skillet, still hot from the onions, that's okay. And then we're gonna take just enough water. Don't need a ton, just enough water to cover the bacon by about, I don't know, about that much. Just enough water to really get in there and cover that bacon. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, what the heck are you doing? Yeah, well, let's bring the heat up, just maybe medium high. You see, I grew up with a grandfather who owned a bit of a dive bar. And he told me when I was very young, he said, my bar needs to have one of two good things. It needs to have one of three things. Two of three things. I'm half making this story up, but he said it needs to have a good location, it needs to have cold, good beer, and it needs to have good food. It had a great location and it had really good food. And he had this chef that was there forever. And the chef used to make me BLTs or you know, a side of bacon or whatever. And it was so good. It was unbelievably good. Everyone talked about how good it was. And he used, I asked him one time, I said, man, like, can you teach me how to cook that? And he threw water in his skillet with bacon and it freaked me out. What we're gonna do is, I know this looks gross and weird, but essentially what we're doing is we are letting the bacon essentially boil in with this water until all of the water is gone, and then we're just gonna cook it like normal. I don't know exactly what it's doing. I just know that it's cooking the bacon in a way that is even and thorough. It's gonna allow the bacon to stay really crispy, but also like kind of juicy in a weird way. It's funny, people give me just a hard time about this all the time, but I'm starting to see more and more people cook this way on like TikTok and you know, Instagram and YouTube and stuff. It really is. It's just something. It's something that you have to try. I promise you, once you do, you won't go back. You can mess this up though. It's very important that you cook it enough. You cook it to the way that you like it. Don't feel like it's gonna be soggy or anything like that. If it's soggy, cook it more. I like my bacon crispy and I like it crunchy. I like to be able to snap it in half. I think that's part of a good BLT. Probably the most important part of the BLT is the bread. I picked up this sourdough bread from a local market. I love sourdough. I think it's the best bread in the world. I totally just screwed up opening this. I opened it like an idiot. I'm nervous, okay? Don't go in the comments and be like, oh, he doesn't even know how to open bread. I don't know why I got 3 slices. This slice is questionable, but these 2 are good. I don't know why. I don't know why I opened the bread like that, but I did. Okay. So I knocked the camera over, clap. But I think this is a better angle. I look thinner, I look a little cooler, and it's higher up. It's more of like that MySpace thing. Yeah, bacon is still boiling. You know, it is what it is. People are gonna give me shit about it, and they can just shut the hell up because this is the best way to cook bacon. And I know what I'm doing. All right, I'm a 2-time personal chef. You know, and this is my kitchen because I'm the king of this kitchen. I'm the king of this grill. And what I say goes. If you got a problem, meet me at the Cabela's parking lot because I'll give you one bite of my sloppy Joe and you'll be another victim. I'll claim another victim of this kitchen. Some good sourdough bread here. Oh, that's the stuff. Got a juicy, perfect tomato. I fried up some onion, or I fried up some onion. I'm gonna mix a little mayonnaise in with that. Probably the most important ingredient that gets just ignored is the lettuce. The lettuce has to be dry, washed, fresh, cold, crunchy. I don't want it to be like I don't want the lettuce to be like an old beach towel. It needs to be crunchy, cold, and just perfect, you know? The bacon is getting down there. Or the water in the bacon is getting down there. And we're essentially just gonna, at this point, we are just gonna cook it like normal. We're gonna cook it just like like we would normally cook bacon. I'm the king of this kitchen, and what I say goes, all right? If you want to test me, you're gonna have to come and take a bite of this Sloppy Joe. All right, this stuff is cooking now. You hear that? Get the mic down there. Oh. Yeah. We're gonna turn the heat down to medium. I'm sure there's a scientific explanation as to what exactly is going on here. But my expertise is in memes and basically just trying to do whatever like can make me feel any sort of remnants of joy and happiness. You know, it's a screwed up world out there, folks. And about the only thing you can do is every now and then just make a little BLT, you know? Well, that's finishing up. We are going to make our little onion sauce. We don't need much, just dip, about that much. Yeah, there we go. If you don't like mayo, then you're just an idiot, you know? That's not true. I'm gonna take my bread and I'm just gonna chuck it in the air fryer for a second. Woo! Look at that. Bacon is getting close. Boy, howdy. The bacon is getting close. Dang. The final step. We're gonna take our tomato. I love a good tomato. Perfectly sliced, freaking perfect BLT. So we got the bread out. I don't like my bread like super crunchy, but I know some people do. I think, you know, right about there is good. As long as it's warm and a little bit crispy, I think that's perfect. Gorgeous, gorgeous, amazing. Lettuce. Damn. There you have it, folks. A incredible, perfect BLTL. Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful BLTL, bacon, lettuce, tomato, love, little bit of onion in there, sourdough bread. I mean, you couldn't ask for a more perfect meal on a Friday for lunch. Let's give it a cut. Onto the plate. I know I shouldn't do that. Ladies and gentlemen, the perfect BLT sandwich. That's so good. You want a bite? Oh yeah, didn't eat pork. We'll make a turkey one next time. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you have any feedback, make sure to leave it down in the comments. I had an absolute blast doing this. I learned a lot. This is gonna change a lot, but I definitely wanna do more. Make sure that you subscribe, hit the little bell, give it a thumbs up, whatever. Or a thumbs down if you don't like it. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. I don't know what to cook, so please, please, please leave it in the comments. I would love your feedback. And yeah, thank you. Catch you on the next one.